Jackie, thank you so much for making time for me. It seems like every other time, if I'm doing an interview with an emerging artist or some kind of really cool music event, RBC has something to do with this. What is it about RBC that is so much a champion, not just with emerging artists, but with the arts and the arts in Canada in general?
RBC believes so strongly the power that the arts have in culture and the vibrancy of our communities. And so we have been an unwavering support of the arts, I think, especially in the past couple years through our various initiatives, and definitely you mentioned the RBC Emerging Artist Program, most specifically through that, identifying the need to support and develop emerging talent through mentorship and opportunities and platforms, because we recognize how important the arts are to our communities across Canada. And so absolutely, it's a huge priority for us.
Of course, I'm on that bandwagon for the RBC, the music program you have, and talking to these artists. Some of them, first time I'm ever speaking with them and hearing their music, and I'm going, wow, incredible. I mean, what is it like for you when you get a chance to not just meet these artists, to hear these artists, but to know that we have this kind of talent in our nation and you guys are giving them that platform to be able to be, I don't know, I guess the next big superstar around the world, or I get to be on the red carpet and I get to talk to them about winning or being nominated for an award, and they get to say, well, in a lot of ways I got my start from the RBC music program.
Mhm. It's remarkably humbling. Artists work so hard at their craft. They take it so incredibly seriously, whether it is music through the RBCX music program or filmmakers through our film programs. They work so hard at their craft, and all we're able to do is recognize that there is a gap in taking people from the emerging space right to the established space. And so our area of support allows them that stepping stone to get there. And it is something we're incredibly proud of. There is nothing better than to kind of sit back and watch someone take the platform and own it. And being able to be a very small part of that, I think, is a huge piece of pride for all of us.
Okay, now you mentioned film, you mentioned music. That's one of the big reasons why we're talking, because there is emergence happening here too. Because you guys, of course, are involved with TIFF. You've got sections that are going to be happening throughout TIFF. Let's talk about some of those. Well, even before that, let's go back again. The importance of being part of TIFF, because, of course, Toronto International Film Festival, one of the, if not the biggest in the world.
Absolutely. So we've been partners with TIFF, the official bank of TIFF, since 2008. Financial partners, I think, goes all the way back to 2002. And we started supporting TIFF because they are a world-class organization who believes in developing culture and arts, and specifically film industry within Canada. And as we've already discussed, RBC believes so strongly in the power of supporting arts. And so those combined missions together was just a no-brainer, I think.
Okay, let's talk about some of the big things that are happening. RBC Lakeside Drive-In at Ontario Place. What is that exactly? And this is for my specialty on this one here.
Okay. So this year actually started last year. We're continuing it again this year, is the RBC Lakeside Drive-In at Ontario Place. Essentially, we are taking over a full venue at TIFF this year. TIFF will be programming films every night of the festival, different films that'll be premiering. The experience is a TIFF experience, absolutely, but from the comfort and safety of your own car. We're thrilled about it. We are taking the opportunity, actually, prior to every film, we will be having an RBCX music performer. So again, using our platforms to be able to provide exposure, and TIFF is the world stage exposure, but we'll be providing some of our RBCX music performers the opportunity to perform prior to each film. And so that's really exciting. It's a great audience to be able to do that, and press and that sort of thing who are in town to be able to get that coverage. So that is an exciting element for this year. The other part is an evolution from last year. So we had our hometown heroes, kind of best seats in the house. This year, we're going to be honoring small businesses, knowing that they have been through a very difficult year this year, as we all know. And so in partnership with Toronto Life, we're running a contest to allow small businesses kind of the VIP, put your feet up experience at TIFF. All of the gifting this year will be small business owned. So we're really focusing on our community impact this year, using the festival to celebrate the individuals who deserve it after a really hard couple of years.
Absolutely, that is a cool thing to do. And just reminding folks, go on my website, Rudy Blair Entertainment Media, rudyblairmedia.com, because I've been having a chance to speak to some of these RBC artists, and like I said, they're incredible. So make sure you check them out. Also, you got something going on here, Women in Film. What is that exactly?
Yes. So part of our partnership with TIFF, we actually created a few years ago through the Share Her Journey program, the RBC Female Creators Program, which was a $450,000 investment into supporting developing women in the film industry, both in front of and behind the camera. And so over the past few years, our support has kind of evolved. We started with a film trailer that highlighted 4 phenomenal filmmakers talking about their stories coming up in the industry as women. This year, we're evolving that in a partnership with TIFF to host the female film panel. And so that will have a Canadian celebrity host, which I cannot divulge just yet.
Yes, you can.
We're really excited.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, I'll tell you what. Just whisper it to me.
Okay.
Nobody's listening.
Off camera, I will promise I will whisper it to you.
Okay.
But we'll have her. We're going to have some really phenomenal female directors. Again, this mixture of emerging as well as established, and this opportunity to have this phenomenal dialogue about what that feels like coming up in an industry as a female, and really championing female voices behind the camera to ensure that the stories that are being told are coming from a really authentic place from those who are directing them. So we're really excited about that add-on this year.
This is incredible. Folks are hearing this, they're going, okay, how do I get more information? What's going on in Ontario Place? How do we get more information on the women in film? Where do we go to get all this information? I know I follow you guys, so I know I can get it off of Instagram because you're always popping up some great stuff there. But where can folks go?
So absolutely, our social channels will be housing all of this phenomenal content that's coming out, but ultimately TIFF.net has all of the programming, so you can go and check out all the films that are happening at the RBC Lakeside Drive-In this year, as well as the film panel that will be taking place. You're welcome to join. So absolutely, TIFF.net's the place to go. And
of course, when you get a chance, folks, if you're over at Ontario Place, shake hands, or no, you can't shake hands, but at least wave to the folks, elbow to the guys who are being honored for small business, because I think that's so important. The big 3 you guys have pulled off there, I think, is great. Before we go, can you give us a little hint, not about the women in the film, but can you give us a little hint on what's coming up in the future? Because like I said, I know with RBC, you guys are always helping out with the arts.
Absolutely. So you kind of got a little flavor of our RBCX music program with our supportive musicians, our supportive female filmmakers. We also support quite significantly emerging visual artists as well. And so we are in the process of working on a studio tour, a series called From Within, which is actually profiling a bunch of really phenomenal emerging artists and talking about their craft and what inspires artistic development. And so that is something that is in the works currently that we'll be launching over the next 3 months that we're incredibly proud of as well. So again, providing all these opportunities for emerging artists wherever we can.
I got to say, you guys are amazing. Looking forward to all the fun during TIFF. Thank you so much for this interview, but more importantly, thank you so much for giving back to the arts. I mean, we all can talk about what it's been like for the last 1.5 to 2 years. It's been tough. And for you guys to keep helping us to be able to have these great artists out there, for us to enjoy those great artists, those filmmakers, visual, everything. You guys, like I said, thank you so much for helping out and just keeping that path going.
I appreciate the Rudy, and thank you for giving us a platform to be able to talk about it, because it's a great opportunity to be able to share these stories with these individuals. So thank you for the platform.
Thanks again.
Wonderful. Thank you.